All right. Hey, we live, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, man. You know what though? Since we got certain people already watching, let's tap into the NBA trade deadline
All right.
because there was a lot going on. I haven't kept up with it too much. I've mostly been on football, but tell me what stood out the most with the
Uh,
NBA because I know James Harden went to Cleveland.
yeah, that's a big one.
I know that was a big one. There were some talks definitely with that. Kaminga finally got the hell up out of Washington. I mean Washington from the Warriors. Um, Porzingis is on the Warriors. I have so much to say on Golden State, bro. Like, what else? Actually, you know what? I can pull this up. If you got a better list for me, you're free to share. But um I'm gonna pull up the Athletic.
Lakers got Luke Kennard.
Oh yeah, no, they did. They did get him, didn't they? I mean,
hmm
you know what though? And they're looking at picking up what's his name? Um Cam Thomas.
Oh
You
yeah,
heard about that? How because he got waived by the Nets. So the Lakers are potentially looking at picking him up also.
he'd be a good fit.
You think so? But you know what? I felt like they always I don't think like they really let him blossom with the in Brooklyn with the Nets. I know that he wasn't a good player defensively, you might say. Um, but I still felt like he deserved a lot more opportunities because honestly, there's a lot of players in the league that don't really stick defense. If we being honest,
That's true.
you know what I mean. But yeah, let's pull this up. Let's pull this up. We over here. And they just signed him to a new deal. That's crazy too.
Mm.
All right, I got this pulled up now. Boom, screen, entire screen. Two. All right, there we go. There we go. All right. So NBA trade deadline winners and losers. So wait, I mean, so let's start here. Let's start here, right? With Giannis. What's your takes? What's your take on the whole Giannis situation? Because I know like the Bucks suck right now. Giannis been going in and out. Um,
I mean, hey, Giannis just doesn't have the value that
you
he
mean the
used to
depth?
have before.
You mean the depth?
Yeah,
Like with the Bucks,
yeah.
you're saying they're not as deep as before.
hmm
So Josh a Cavs fan. Josh ain't on here. Oh yeah, he's probably a Cavs fan. Yeah, with James Harden.
He
But
is.
oh, he's a
He's
Cavs fan
already.
now. Oh shit.
Yeah, I remember how, like, before maybe 2 years ago, he was like shitting on Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah, now he says Donovan Mitchell is like a top five pointer.
hey, I just uh, I just dropped the link in the chat if y'all trying to tap in. But yeah, nah, Josh is gonna be a James Harden fan for sure. But but even despite that, I mean, like, what I'm alluding to is more so like what's next for Giannis. Because to be honest, bro, once that conversation in the NBA starts to fluster about like players um potentially leaving, I feel like it always goes in that direction. You get what I'm saying? You get where I'm coming from?
Live in what?
Like if there's smoke, there's fire. You feel me? Like there's never a situation where um
I
if a
hear you.
player is like not liking the place where he's at, it always typically always leads to them leaving. You get what I'm saying? Like you never hear about like Steph being like super unhappy with being in Golden State. You get what I'm saying? Like you never hear anything about like who's it like Dirk or at the time D Wade, like players that stay with a franchise. You just don't hear that type of talk. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not usually the scenario. In contrast to Giannis' situation, but like Milwaukee is just a small market franchise, which just makes it unfortunate because it's like this is like the second time that Milwaukee has had a Hall of Fame player, in their franchise, and they failed to retain him. You know what I'm saying? But I always foreseen Giannis leaving, so now it really comes down to like where he goes next. You know what I mean? I didn't think they were gonna try to rush him, before the trade deadline. There's no need to rush to trade him before the trade deadline, because you want to try to get the best bag that you can get for Giannis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what team do you think, or Rick, if you can hop on too? I heard a little echo on my.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
What's
Yeah, I
up?
can hear you.
Yo, Act, what's up, AK?
I haven't heard this guy in a minute.
Y'all can hear me good or no?
Wait.
Yeah, I hear you good, Rick.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I'm about to park up in a second. Yo, AK, what's going on, man?
Yeah, all good, bro. Haven't heard you in a minute. What's up with you?
I don't know if I can't hear y'all. You talking, Pat?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
we
okay.
weren't talking. We thought you was talking.
I was saying AK, what's going on? I was like, yo, AK, what's up? I didn't hear from my boy in a minute. I was like, what's going on, AK?
I was responding back. You didn't hear?
Oh, no, I didn't hear you.
I
got
think
you.
you.
No. Yeah, when you park up,
Yeah. I'll just let AK go before me so I can park up. I'd like just give me 2 minutes.
I got you. You good. All right. But yeah, where you would like to see Giannis? On Denver?
Nah, I feel like he'd be good on the Heat.
Heat?
Yeah.
I
mean,
that's interesting.
Heat was like other than Warriors, Heat was like the second like option that people were projecting for him to go. I feel like Heat is a good fit for him. I mean, you got you don't have like a star caliber there anymore. You don't have Jimmy. You just have Bam, and I feel like Bam at the 5 and Giannis at 4 would work pretty good. You got some shooters around: Andrew Wiggins, Tyler Hero, Norman Powell. I feel like it'd be a good fit.
I don't blame you for saying that, and to be honest, I think it's a good pick, if I'm being honest. But can't hold you, bro. I like the combination of Giannis and Curry, be that as it may, right? Like just the contrast and how they would complement each other. Honestly, I think it's similar to kind of like what we saw out of like Giannis and not Giannis, Curry and KD. It's just obviously, Giannis is more of a in the paint, attack the rim sort of play, right? Like he's not necessarily shooting at the arc or taking a majority of his shots 15 feet and out, right? But Giannis is still giving you that solid 30, which him going to the rack is always more than likely going to open up lanes, open up shots for Curry, be that as it may. But you're still a fool if you leave Curry open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you see, it's like, um, you really think they can afford Porzingis, Draymond, Jimmy Butler, Curry, and Giannis?
Yeah, they can afford them. You can afford them. You just pay the luxury
They
tax.
don't have a they don't have a rubber wallet affording Jimmy Butler, Giannis, Curry, and Draymond Green. Someone's gotta go, and not even Draymond. I'm talking about like Curry or Jimmy, and it's
See,
not
but
gonna be Curry, so it's gotta be Jimmy.
yeah, I mean, come on, bro. Because something like this would have to be a one and done deal. You know what I'm saying? Like if they were to do this, they would have to do it. Put all their chips in all at once. You know what I'm saying? Like because that luxury tax, it's not going to be something that they would want to sustain over 2 to 3 years. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So let's say if they do get everybody and they have to pay everybody, problem is, right? Like, yes, they're gonna have to pay everybody. They're gonna be well over the salary cap, especially if you keep in Jimmy. But that's neither here or say in regards to his injury, right? Like, because he could be coming back next year, and I've seen players apparently they come back a lot faster from some of these injuries now. Like Jason Tatum is already looking at coming back here pretty soon, or at least maybe around or near the playoff time. I'm not gonna say here pretty soon, but who else? Let me see. Trey Graves. All right, so let's tap into the other. Let's tap into the other trades.
Hold on, real quick. Let me just say something quick on Giannis before we change subjects. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Okay. So to be honest with you, I don't think the Bucks were honestly ever serious in trading for Giannis. I think it was just like a smoke screen to see what the market would be, right? Because they do this every 2 years with Giannis, like where he's a little unhappy with how things are going with the team, and then he doesn't ask for a trade, but he does the LeBron-esque passive aggressive, like going through Twitter and just saying subliminal messages, during press conferences and stuff like that, right? That stir up like trade rumors. I know we talked about like the Warriors a lot, but I feel like the Warriors, actually made some good offers. They probably threw in Kaminga, they probably threw in Draymond Green, some picks, pod. And I don't think, the Bucks were really serious, because if they were actually serious, we know Golden State's a team that they're definitely gonna try to keep Steph in that championship window at all times. So they're never gonna be scared to pull the trigger. So I felt like soon as they made the Kaminga trade to Atlanta, that the Giannis deal was off. And you've seen it in the news, like they stopped saying Giannis was on the market. Then they started saying, oh, they're gonna get Ja Morant all of a sudden. So I don't think they were really serious to begin with. I think they just used the Giannis trade as a ploy to get some good offers to see if they could like wiggle their way to get a John Morant or whatever. But like you said, the Bucks are a small market, so I don't see players just eagerly trying to go there. So Giannis' best bet, just to close my point here. You mentioned the Nuggets earlier, and I honestly feel like the Nuggets probably would have been a better fit for Giannis than Golden State. Because if you put Giannis in Golden State, yes, you have Steph Curry and Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is a nice 1-2 punch. But then again, you take away Draymond Green, which is like the heart of the team. You take away Kaminga, which is like their youth, and 3 and D, like one of the defenders in the team. So like you kind of lose a lot when getting Giannis. But on the other hand, if you have a big three of Joker, Giannis, and my boy, what's the guard again? I forgot his name
Jamal,
just now. Just what'd you say?
Jamal Murray.
Yeah, Jamal Murray. Yeah, Jamal Murray. That's a nice big three by trading Aaron Gordon, um, Braun, like a couple of guys that's on their team that's like movable assets. I feel like that, and then the Nuggets are also a team that's not, you know, afraid to make a move or like shock the league. They just won a ring a couple years ago. They kind of like are a little bit on the downside since winning the ring. So I feel like that would be something that would shake things up a little bit. So I feel like I know they're probably not contenders in getting Giannis, but that would have been a nice little sleeper trade, like to just shake things up in the league. What you think about that?
Repeat that. Repeat that last part.
I said I felt like the Nuggets, that would have been a good trade for the Nuggets if they would have at least
Oh,
attempted
Giannis
to
on the
go for
Nuggets.
it.
What I mentioned
Yeah,
earlier.
but like what you think? Like what you think about that? Like would that be a good fit, or
To be
would
honest,
that be like crazy to say?
I did say that as a joke. To
Yeah.
hold on, let me meet you. I did say it as a joke, but right, like honestly, that's not a bad look because Giannis, in a sense, is obviously like an upgrade from Aaron Gordon, but he still has shooting. There's still a lot of efficiency that comes with that team. And with Jokic being the primary like playmaker and offensive general of that team, like honestly, I think a lot of people can play with Jokic if I'm being honest. You know what I mean? It's just you're just gonna have to sacrifice your player usage because he is gonna have the ball in his hands, you know, to some like a good share of the possession of it in his hands. You know what I mean? I
Yeah, but
don't think
Giannis isn't a playmaker, so like him being a power forward,
true,
that kind of meshes well with Joker because we seen Giannis playmaking. He's not a playmaker, and we also seen the Bucks, make attempts at getting that playmaker for Giannis. Dame Lillard, they make moves to try to get that piece for Giannis to get the ball off his hands. But
Mm.
they just like you said, it's a small market team. There's only so many moves they can make, and when they make all these moves, they're losing their assets in doing so. So I feel like
Mm.
the Nuggets have a bunch of assets. Yeah, they'll be losing Aaron Gordon, but they want to chip with him. It's Giannis. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, he could shoot, but this is like Giannis out in the Kumpo, and like with Jokic's playmaking and like that, I just feel like that just opens the floor for Giannis to just go crazy in the lane. Like Jokic is not gonna clog up the paint. It's just a perfect fit. You know what I mean? Like that'll be a team with no flaws.
Nah, I hear you.
Literally.
I hear you. But no.
And then with Joker lacks defensively, you have Giannis. Like, come on, that'll
Mm.
be crazy.
Okay. Now let's move on. 'Cause I want to talk about some other trade. I
Come
want
on,
to
let's
get
do it.
into this Kaminga trade. The Kaminga saga is over. Like my guy moved on. Warriors get Chris Tapps for Zingis and Buddy Hield.
Oh, that's also why Giannis traded one for.
Why is there a second down?
Yeah, I hear echo and myself.
Rick, what you using?
Oh, it might be the Bluetooth of the car. Hold on, let me turn off the Bluetooth.
But I have a lot to say in regards to this Kaminga and Golden State situation. Man, the Warriors, I feel like the Warriors, man. Steve Kerr, I ain't gonna hold you, man. I feel like it's not looking good for them over there. You know what I mean? Like, and I think like the Warriors, Steve Kerr have not did. I feel like a better job at developing players over the years, and even picking players at that.
He's better at developing young talent too.
Who?
Steve Kerr.
Say that again.
He can't develop young talent.
And that's what I'm kind of. I wouldn't say he can't. I would just say he hasn't.
Is
More
this
so.
better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot better. Yeah, I would just say that he hasn't though. You get what I'm saying? Like, and I felt like Kaminga, bro, like he should have had way more playing time. I just don't understand it. Like nobody understands it. Like sometimes it's like Steve Kerr coaching methods is just like
Well, he said it himself. I'm not sure if you've seen Steve Kerr comments on Kaminga. He basically said that Kaminga's a great talent. He just didn't have they couldn't afford to have him make the mistakes to develop because they wanted to keep Steph Curry in a win now situation where they're constantly thinking championships. So they have time to basically develop him and risk games, like giving him minutes, which is BS to be honest with you,
I
because
think that's
there's
BS. I was just about
no,
to say
it's
that.
100% BS. It's 100% BS. But I just felt like they should have just traded him a long time ago. Why waste time?
But why did he need to be traded in the first place? Why not just play him? Is my point.
Well,
You
because
get what I'm
now I
saying?
feel like he didn't want to be there. Like the cohesion, the chemistry wasn't there anymore. You know what I mean?
Mm.
He because if Steve Kerr just didn't know how to implement him in the system. You get what I'm trying to say? Like he just didn't fit Steve Kerr's play style that he was looking to implement in the system.
And you know
Because
what's
I guess
crazy?
with Kaminga, you got he probably has to have the ball a lot.
And you know what's crazy? He said the same thing about Anthony Edwards.
Right? Exactly. So it's like like it just wouldn't work for his system. So I don't know if it's like a vendetta, but you could tell it just didn't make any sense. But I'm glad the saga's over. He's gonna be able to go crazy in Atlanta, but I don't, certain teams is where certain players' career dies. So hopefully this is not a place where he just, drifts off into the sunset.
But you know what? I think that's a testament to, I guess, the playing style that Steve Kerr prefers. You know.
It's just Steph Curry. Just
Yeah.
Steph, give the ball to Steph. Get out the way. Give it to Steph.
Yo, he's done when he retires, bro.
That's literally
He,
his play style. Like his
he might he might as well.
Steph's hurt. I bet when Steph's hurt, we're gonna play completely different. We're gonna play a team game. Everybody touches the ball, but when Steph's here, he has to touch it every possession. 8 pick and rolls, but you know what I mean. All ball screens, all type of stuff.
Hey, yo,
It's
crazy. If
literally just built around Steph. Go
Steve
ahead.
Kerr is gonna stay there longer than Curry is. Steve Kerr is gonna be out of there by next season if nothing changes.
Yeah, I feel like Steve Curry will be gone before Steph for sure.
Oh yeah.
Because the second Steph isn't happy, I think the owner would fire Steve Kerr before trading Steph Curry.
Yeah.
I agree. But it was all a smokescreen. The whole Giannis thing, it was all a
Nah,
smokescreen, man. Like, because they really wanted Giannis, though. Golden State
yeah.
wanted Giannis. They were trying to get Kaminga to Milwaukee with Draymond, to whoever they needed to get Giannis. But I just feel like this is a bad trade. Like, I don't like Porzingis. Like, this
It
is
was a
this
bad
is like
trade.
one of those trades that you
It
make
was a
when
bad
it's just
trade, in
like
my opinion.
you just know you had to make a trade.
Yeah. You had to get something. And
You had to get something because you knew you had to get rid of him. So it's just like I don't like it. I don't like what they got back. I don't like that they lost Buddy Hield. It's just it's not a good trade to me, man. I don't know.
yeah.
And not to say because Porzingis isn't a good fit, because I'm pretty
He-
sure his play style fits well with Golden
he's a
State.
good fit. The thing
No,
about
he's
it
a
is
great fit. He's a great
he's a
fit.
good
But it's
fit.
just for the type of promise you had for a player like Kaminga, you could have got way more for him if you were willing to trade him earlier. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you
Not
could have probably got more for him now. I feel like they could have got a better package from the Lakers.
Mm.
Because the Lakers wanted Kaminga too. They got Porzingis and Buddy
No, that
Hield.
was it. They was just Porzingis.
I mean, yeah, just Porzingis. Excuse me. That's not all that. You know what I mean? For
No, it's not.
Kuminga and Buddy
And
Hield,
especially when you're talking about Porzingis getting hurt.
right? Like I don't know. Like I feel like they could have got Rui, Gabe Vincent, Vanderbilt. Shoot, who else could we throw in there? Dalton Connect. Take whoever you want. You know what I mean? We have untouchable players. Take whoever you want out of everybody else, and they're yours. You know what I'm saying?
I what's your take on the Harden trade with him going to Cleveland?
I mean, I like the trade. I like the
Yes.
fit. I like the fit. I just don't like the fact that Harden just bounces around from team to team when we all know the same thing is gonna happen again. He's gonna ball all season. When the playoff comes, he's gonna disappear, like always. You get what I'm saying? Like,
And during when they need him most, game
right.
7, game 6 is like
I
anything
feel like
past.
James Harden knows how to manipulate the league. Like he took whatever LeBron created. Yes, LeBron started it. AK, yes, LeBron, the player control, player movement. LeBron did it. Yes, but James Harden and KD, like those two players, and Kyrie, you could probably say Kyrie too in a way. They kind of trade Kyrie around. Like he doesn't really get a chance to leave. But I feel like Kevin Durant and James, that whole big three it was in Brooklyn. I feel like they just waved their superstardom around. Like, I don't like it here, I'm going here now. I don't like it here, I'm going here now. And then
Yeah.
like they play good, get the big bucks, they get their bread, like the max deal, and they just stop caring. Like, cause if they don't see a team, like, all right, this is not a team I feel like I could win the championship with, I'm not gonna give it my all and get hurt. I'm just gonna you know what I mean? I feel like they're playing for a contract at this point in their career because they're kind of like solidified.
Even Kawhi
I don't
too.
see the hunger. Kawhi is this exact. Kawhi's the same way too.
Yeah.
Same way.
With his
Same
uncle.
way.
Kawhi uncle.
Yeah, he played for the contract. Yeah, now we're starting to see all these things about Kawhi. And
Actually, Kawhi's the reason Clippers traded SGA to the Thunder.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
You remember that, AK? didn't
Yeah,
you?
of course.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember.
AK?
Of course.
Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, son. That, and now
Because he
look
wanted
at
to
how
win
that
now.
turned out today. Look at how that shit turned out today.
Horrible.
And remember,
Because that's how they got Paul George, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was for
Horrible
Paul
trade.
George.
Horrible trade. But let's talk about. Yeah, I know we skipping it real quick because I kind of want to talk about it now. Can we talk about how the Mavericks traded Luka Doncic for what's this guy's name that used to play in the Bucks? Chris Middleton. What the hell? Yeah, the Mavericks are insane, man. Like, if it wasn't for Cooper Flag, bro, I swear
Yeah.
that trade would look so much worse, bro.
Yeah.
So much worse.
They needed that draft pick because
And the funny thing is, the draft pick had nothing to do with the trade.
I think they threw it at them just because.
No, that's what I'm saying. It was like a pity. It was like a pity pick. You know what I'm saying? It was in like, you know what I mean? It was in like they got the first round draft pick because of the trade. Like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, we're trading Luka to get the first round pick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was kind of like, what the hell? The NBA was like, what the hell did you just do? Just give him the first pick because this is crazy. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? It was more like that. But I don't know, man. Like, I didn't like that trade at all, man. Like, AD, like, they could have got way more for AD.
Yeah.
Way more for AD, bro. I would have just waited. They didn't even see what AD and Kyrie looked like together. Wow. That was insane, man. What you think about that trade, Pat? Or AK?
Honestly, I'm in the same. I ditto to what you saying because honestly, that's a big point right there. Is the fact that we didn't even get a chance to see them play with Kyrie. Like, and this is still like Cooper Flag rookie season, bro. Like
Yeah. They could have held out for one more year. Just sit it out one more year. Let AD sit out the rest of this year. Develop Cooper Flag for the rest of the season. Just have him ball out. Run the whole offense through him. So when Kyrie and AD come back the following season, now you kind of have something going. You know what I mean? Whether you want to keep Clay or D'Lo, all these other guys, that's a whole nother story. But like Clay, Cooper Flag, and AD, that's not a bad team, bro. Like, that's not a bad start to a core of a team, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but like that's a solid big three.
Well, now you got the glorious Chris Middleton and Cooper Flag duo.
Yeah, that's horrible. That is horrible. And then you put basically Anthony Davis in purgatory, NBA purgatory, in Washington.
Yeah,
Because
D'Lo too. Yo, Lakers.
Well, they're
savior.
gonna waive D'Lo. They're gonna waive D'Lo because they have Trae Young. Remember,
Oh yeah, they do.
they have Trae Young and a bunch of. I think they have like a bunch of other guards, like young guys. They're gonna waive D'Lo for sure. D'Lo's gonna end up somewhere else, so I'm not even worried about D'Lo. But AD, you see, as soon as he got the trade, he say he's sitting out the rest of the season.
Yeah.
He's not playing for the rest of the season. He's done. His season is over.
hmm
So you could tell he doesn't want to be there.
Who doesn't want to be there?
AD, he's sitting out for the rest of the
Oh,
season.
Dallas?
Yeah, no, not Dallas. He's in the Wizards.
Oh.
He told the Wizards he's
Nah,
gonna sit
yeah,
out the
I
rest of
know.
the season. He's pissed.
Yeah.
That's NBA purgatory, bro. Once they send you to the Wizards, you're done. That means you're done. Him and Trae
Nah.
Young gonna. I don't know. What you think? You think him and Trae Young could do something in Washington? I don't think so.
Say again. The Washington being the purgatory?
No, I'm saying you think Trae Young and Anthony Davis can do something in Washington?
No, absolutely not. I don't think there's any hope for anything in Washington, if I'm being honest.
Exactly.
I think Trae Young is. I think it is. Washington is basketball purgatory. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you 100% on that. Do Trae Young and Anthony Davis do something? Absolutely not. I just don't think Washington just has the depth or the big enough bag like to just compete with any top talented team. You know what I mean? Like maybe they'll be good to watch. It might be like, on the cusp or just make it. But to be honest, like today, especially like what we're seeing out of like teams like the Pistons, Knicks, Celtics,
Right.
like it's like you need to be a lot more well-rounded. You need to have a lot more depth. Your players have to be, the chemistry has to be there, the coaching has to be there.
You need to be a perfect team, bro.
Yeah, for real.
Let's just be honest. The last Denver Nuggets, when they won the chip, they were a perfect team. They had little flaws, right? OKC, damn near perfect team, had little flaws. Like you have to you have to be a perfect team. You need a superstar that stays healthy, right? I'm talking about like keyword healthy. I'm talking about at least 70 games a season. At least. You understand what I mean? Like it's a difference between 50, 60 games and 70, 80 games when you're a superstar.
Yeah.
Because availability is what it said? Like availability is the best what?
Best ability.
Right. So that's number one. So it's like already the Washington, they're already done. Because every time they get a player, they can't stay healthy in Washington. From John Wall to Bradley Beal, from AD, Trae Young, the list goes on and on. Michael Jordan, it doesn't matter. Whoever steps foot in that team, they can't stay healthy, bro. It's just not a place where you just want to play basketball, bro. It's too much politics, too many other things go on in that city for it to make sense. And a player like Anthony Davis, I feel bad genuinely because he didn't ask for a trade from the Lakers. It's not like he wanted out. Yeah, they did get Luka, and it did work out for the Lakers because anybody's gonna pick Luka over AD. But for a player like AD who won a chip for a city, didn't ask for a trade, just wanted some help in the paint, and they trade him. I kind of feel bad for him. You know what I mean? Because
Nah,
he's
for real,
getting the shitty end of the stick. Like the
nah, for
Mavs obviously lost the trade, but that was self-inflicted. AD is the
yeah,
one that's really, getting dealt, the bad hand.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. And you know what though? That I
you know,
think that's something that should get considered
yeah,
because we really got on AD about him getting injured and all this,
right,
like, you know what I mean?
right,
And like there was a lot of pressure on him, especially being a big
right,
man in LA. You know what I
right,
mean? So there
right.
was, even though he had
He
a
has some big shoes to fill.
exactly, there was huge shoes to fill, huge
Multiple of them.
you know what I'm saying? So like, it was game in, game out. Every game,
Yeah,
bro, there was too much
yeah,
pressure on AD.
right,
And
right.
then to be
And
going
then,
up,
and then for the most part, when he was available, he filled up. He lived up to the like he
he
filled
did,
those shoes for the most part.
and I don't think he gets enough credit for that. It's just the fact that,
Right.
like, I think the only thing that hurts AD the most, at least from a basketball perspective, right, is that he was just, he wasn't as competitive when you're talking about the top big man
Right.
in the
Right. And
game.
I feel like that goes into his health. Because if you're not that competitive, that means you're not going that hard in the gym. That means you're not taking the game as serious. You're not taking practice as serious. You're not taking training as serious. You're not taking getting better as serious. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so that's what it was. He just wasn't. You know what I mean? Some of these guys, when you're getting hundreds of millions of dollars to do the game that you love, there's some guys that just lose the thrill of the competition of what got them there. You get what I'm saying?
So
So
let me
like,
ask,
you know,
I'm gonna bring this up, right?
Mhm.
I'm just throwing this out there. Can you compare Evan Mobley and Anthony Davis's game?
I would say Jared Allen. I mean, I was no. I can't. AD is a unicorn, bro. You get what I'm
Yeah.
trying to say? Like AD is one of those players. He's one of those players, bro. AD's one of those players. He's a Victor Wembanyama, a Joker, a Giannis. He's Embiid. Like he's LeBron. He's one of those upper echelon type of players, play style wise, game
Yeah.
wise, basketball wise. You can't
Yeah.
question that. It's undeniable. He's one of the best defenders in the league, point blank, period, when he's healthy. And offensively, he's a walking double double. You know what I mean? So it's like you can't, you know what I mean? You can't take that away. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't take his game away from him. Evan Mobley isn't that. You know what I'm saying? That's not Evan Mobley. You get what I'm trying to say? Like defensively, okay, we could have a conversation if you're just talking defense. But comparing their game, absolutely not, man. AD's a 3-level scorer at his position, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's different. It's different. It's different. Like because I really, like me, like not a Lakers fan, but me being a LeBron fan and just watching the games closely while LeBron was on the Lakers, like I actually watched AD. I was rooting for AD. I had my complaints just like everybody else, but deep down inside, I never I always had to talk like, yo, trade him for Kyrie, trade him for Giannis, trade him. You know what I mean? I was saying that, no lie, and I am happy they did trade Luka for him. But if there's any scenario where AD forces a trade out of Washington or whatever, retires and tries to come back, I want it to be a situation that I would love for him to come back to LA with Luka, even if LeBron's not there. You know what I mean? Like, I would love that. I will always love. And then the way the NBA is, it's a story. It's a storytelling type of league, bro. Don't be surprised if it's always a possibility.
Yeah.
for a reunion. You know what I mean?
You know, it's funny is he come back. They go.
He'll go to New Orleans
what's
before LA though.
what's his name? GM of Lakers.
What about him? Oh, Rob Pelinka.
Yeah. What's it
What
called?
about him?
Oh, give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Come on, man. You over there eating kiwis? What you doing?
No, but the saddest downfall is gotta
Talk to
be
me, AK.
the Houston Rockets. That
Why you
shit,
say that?
bro. Their record is 11-9. I have their offensive rankings since January. They're
Uh-huh.
29th in points per game, 29th in field goal percentage, 30th in.
My fault, bro.
Oh, so wait, AK still here?
Yeah, he's still. Oh, nah. I think he.
Nah, because he made a good point. Now he was going crazy on the Rockets just now.
Oh, he just came on.
Okay. Nah, because he made a good point just now about the
What was you
Rockets.
saying?
Shit. I'm saying that Rockets had one of the biggest downfall. Their 11-9 record. They're
Mhm.
pretty much 29th and 30th in like offensive rankings.
You talking about since January, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, they're because they were looking so good in the beginning of the season that I guess that's the thing with KD, and like he's playing with a bunch of young guys. So it's like that's the thing about playing with a bunch of young guys is just not motivated. Like a team like OKC, people don't understand. Like teams like OKC and we barely mentioned them today, but the Celtics, like a bunch of young dudes that are just motivated to just, you know what I mean, to just win and grind. Like you don't like young teams are not like that. Like where they just want to win so soon. Like I feel like the Spurs are kind of like that. Detroit's kind of like that now. OKC of course, but like then you have the teams like Phoenix, the young teams like Houston, the young teams like Charlotte Hornets. Like those teams that are just young, got a bunch of talent, but they just don't take it serious. They just always laughing and joking. They don't like. There's a few players. Yeah, you got the Amin Thompson or whatever, that twin that's there, KD. You're gonna have players that want to win.
KD ain't Youngstown.
No, he's not young talent, but he's just one of those players that just want to win. Like he
It
wants to
all
win.
results to one single issue. Same that Lakers have.
What's that?
KD, LeBron, they're holding their teams back. They
I
got moved.
don't think KD's holding the Rockets back.
You don't think?
I
Nah.
think KD's the type of player that'll take him over the hump. To be honest with you, KD was a good move for them.
Nah, bro. You. I don't. Nah, I don't. Not you, Rick. AK. You can't say that. Hey, KD.
Yeah,
is
it's not
always
KD. It's the young guys. They're not being consistent. Like they're not playing consistent. Like
And you gotta
basketball.
look at it this way. too,
KD's
AK.
balling this
Like,
year.
At this point, like KD is what he is, bro. You get what I'm saying? Like he's in his 30s. Like his game is what you get. You get what I'm saying?
Right,
And
right.
even at that, he's still giving you top level.
Right. That's what we have to understand. When these players get a certain age, you get what you get with that. You know what I mean? He's not gonna play elite defense at 33. He's been in the league for like 16 years.
Yeah, that's more like that's something you expect more out of Amin Thompson.
Right. Because it's like KD's like a player that's been playing at a high level for so long. They just can't, you know what I mean? It's different when you're like a Iguodala or like a Draymond Green, when you're like an enforcer throughout your whole career, where you have to play with that intensity your whole career defensively. When you're a guy like LeBron, KD, James Harden, well, James Harden never played defense, but you know what I mean? Like certain players after a certain time, like Paul George, you can't play the same level defense. Your knees are not there. Like the speed is not there, like no more. Like it just takes too much energy to just keep up defensively at the same time as still playing, like, like giving you great production on the offensive end. And then what wins games? Like at the end of the day, you still got to score points. So like, they prioritize their stats and everything because that's what gets them paid. So they have to score the ball. to get the big bucks. So they rather score than play defense. And a player like Durant, I'm gonna be honest with you, AK, in the playoffs, he plays defense. I don't know about LeBron, but Kevin Durant's gonna give you some top-notch defense in the playoffs. And that's what you want. You don't want that. You don't want Kevin Durant to play defense 82 games in the regular season because then he's not gonna make it to the playoffs.
Mm.
That's why, like Pat said, you need a Amon Thompson. You need like what's that other guy they got? Sengun. You need those guys to kind of pick up on KD's slack. Because when the playoff comes, he's gonna be the guy that's gonna get you over the hump. He's gonna be the guy that's gonna have you, holding that Larry O'Brien. He's gonna be the Finals MVP. You know what I mean? Like,
Nah, for real.
like he's gonna be the one that's gonna get the Finals MVP. Like, let's be honest. Like, come on. If they win a chip, you know who's gonna get that Finals MVP. You know who's gonna be the one to go for 40 every game. Who's gonna make the clutch basket? We know who already. Who's gonna make at least 2 or 3 crazy defensive plays? We be like, oh shit, KD still got it. We know who's gonna do it. So I don't want to blame KD for the Rockets. It's just young players. You know what I mean? They're just not ready for the moment yet. I think that's coaching, man. Like you sometimes it's coaching. Sometimes it just has to make sense. And they got a great coach. But I don't know. But I don't think it's KD's fault though.
Hey, I gotta run this short.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. But I'm gonna tap in tomorrow again because I gotta get some consistency back up and running. But
You already effed up on the consistencies right now already. No, I'm just joking.
We're not even at 1 hour mark.
we have 50 minutes.
Come on, man. Give us 10 minutes. Give the people 10 more minutes, man.
I got you.
But
I know you can afford 10 more minutes, Cash Media.
I was gonna say about the young team Suns. It's crazy how y'all were clowning Dylan Brooks, and now he's the best player on the team.
And that's sad, though. AK, you don't think that's sad?
Is it? Hey,
I think that's because Dylan Brooks gives the most effort anywhere he is.
Right. But that's my whole point, though. That's literally my whole point. That's literally the whole point. The young guys are not playing they're not playing how they're supposed to play. Like, all it takes is a little effort sometimes. You know what I mean? We know what KD gonna give us. But if Dylan Brooks, Dylan Brooks, like, come on.
And to be fair though, like, there's a lot of good players back then that if they just put in a little effort, if they were a little bit more professional, like, there's a lot of good players back then that were actually that talented as KD.
I'm not gonna lie, Dylan Brooks is one of those guys I would love to play with LeBron though. No Diddy. Like, he's one of those guys that, when it's like you hate each other, like Ron Artest, Kobe, like those rivalries turn into, like, you know what I mean?
Them turning into teammates.
Right, like the Ray Allen, LeBron, like, LeBron liked to pick up his ops, Lance Stevenson. LeBron liked to pick up guys that he went through the trenches with. I don't think. Well, the thing about Dylan Brooks, he literally one of those guys that really hate LeBron guts. Like, he's like an AK in the NBA. Like, there's nothing you can tell Dylan Brooks that'll ever make him like LeBron James, ever.
Hey,
right?
Dylan Brooks comes to LeBron and his nightmares. I know that.
Yeah, like, that'll be exactly like LeBron has nightmares of Dylan Brooks and AK. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think that'll happen, but I feel like, I don't know. Like, that's the type of player the Lakers are missing right now. Like a Dylan Brooks.
Dylan Brooks?
Yeah. Like, I thought Marcus Smart was gonna be that, but I don't really see that this season.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't see the grit.
Nah. Now I'm telling you, cause like, we need like more edgier wing players. Like
That's why I was kind
we
of
don't.
hoping Golden State traded for Giannis, so Draymond could be in the buyout market because the Bucks would have waived him, and I would have
Mm.
loved for the Lakers to pick up Draymond Green because we
You think
just
they would have
need
waived
like
Draymond?
huh?
You think they would have waived Draymond? If they got Giannis?
100%. Yeah, of course they would have waived Draymond. Hell yeah,
Damn.
the Bucks would have for sure waived Draymond Green. That's just the way it works. He wouldn't have fit.
Yeah.
There's no
I think
Giannis there. It's not like Giannis is there. If
nah,
Giannis
that's
is there,
wild,
it's a
bro.
different story. But they're trading Giannis. Where you gonna put Draymond with a bunch of just random guys? Like, nah, hell no. Draymond would have been in there knocking everybody out every night. Draymond still has to play with a star. You know what I mean?
No, of course, but I'm saying like, but damn, like the Warriors, they would just waive him.
No. The Warriors would have traded him to Milwaukee, and Milwaukee would have
Oh,
waived Draymond. Is what I'm saying.
okay, yeah, my bad.
You know what I'm saying? Because to get Giannis, you would have had to trade Kuminga. You would have had to trade Draymond because the contracts to make the money match. But Milwaukee wouldn't really want Draymond. They would have to waive him. You know what I mean? Free the money up.
Yeah.
And then Draymond would have been in the buyout. That's what they were already. They were already saying that. That's what already was like being said when they were talking about getting. That's why they kept asking Draymond, "Oh, how do you feel about this?" And you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure you've been. Well, you said you haven't been keeping up with everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to touch on the better LA team that is Clippers and their trades, because
they made trades.
Yeah, they got rid of Zubac for
No, Harden. They got rid of Harden.
Too. No, not that. Zubac too.
Oh, they did get rid of Zubac.
But they got 2 first-round picks and Benedict
Mathurin. Get 2 first-round picks. Yeah. I've seen that. I mean, they're obviously rebuilding. So, do they trade Kawhi? What do they do? Or are they gonna build? What they're gonna try to like build around Kawhi with Darius Garland? I don't like that fit.
Nah, me neither.
Like that doesn't sound like a good transition from the Clippers that we just like knew, like that we were saying were contenders 2-3 years ago for years straight.
To be honest though, AK, I think you bugging, bro. Like, I don't even know why you think the Clippers have like any chance of just like the Clippers.
Yeah, how are they the better team?
They've been the better team.
You know he be talking nonsense, bro. He just be talking.
Like, what the hell?
Come on, bro. We got Luka, bro. We good 15.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they got Luka Doncic. Like, come on, stop it.
But Luka can't achieve his potential.
You got him on your profile picture.
No, that's Jokic. What are you talking about? Yeah, you're just tripping.
You got a Lakers star player.
Like Luka damn near the MVP this season.
Yeah, nah. He's been putting on crazy stupid.
It's Jokic if he didn't get injured.
I mean, it's gonna go to SGA this season again, but
you think so?
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's just the way it's gonna go. Right, exactly. Like it's just he's gonna be the back-to-back MVP. They just want to ring, like you know what I mean. It's SGA's time now. You know what I mean. Until proven otherwise, right now. Until Tatum comes back, until there's a little more like controversy in the league. Like
you know what's crazy? I don't think Jason Tatum will ever win an MVP.
No, me either. But he's gonna always be that extra person that's in the race. You get what I'm trying to say?
Got you.
Like like it's Jokic and SGA, You can't give it to them two every single year. You know what I mean? You got to still have those those outliers. You know what I'm saying, that they give it to every once in a while. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's where and it might not be Tatum, but he's gonna be in that conversation. You get what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's gonna be in that talk. So it's gonna be SGA. Then it's gonna be because I feel like Luka gotta win. Luka has to win one, bro.
Yeah, nah, he has to.
Like
Bro.
the way
That
he
was
plays, it's impossible he doesn't win one, bro. It's
Yeah.
impossible, bro. It's impossible, bro. Like statistically, he has like come on, bro. Like I don't even need to explain it to you guys. Like we know who we're talking about, bro. Like we're talking about Luka Doncic. Like that's literally like the same thing Joker does, like Luka does, basically. Like on the court type shit. So I don't know how he doesn't win at least one MVP. Like this, if anything, this is his season to snatch one though. So if the Lakers could get a strong second half, I don't know. Luka could be the MVP. Who knows?
Yeah, nah, but I think he would still need to have a better outing, for I think he's in a good spot. I think he's in a good spot. The Lakers are in a good spot. I mean, I know they were, they're hovering between 3 to 5, but they just got to end the season off strong. You know how like conversation goes. Like because it's very volatile and this shit can be very
I'm not gonna lie. LeBron coming back did kind of mess things up a little bit. Like they were kind of like on a like they were kind of on a roll when LeBron was hurt. And I feel like as soon as he got came back, yeah, I know Reeves got hurt, but it's just like it wasn't a perfect mesh when he came back. You know what I mean? Like came back a
yeah.
little too rusty. LeBron had those little attitude and temper tantrums on the court sometimes. Like it just was a rough start. And by the time they got it going, Reeves got hurt. So you know what I mean? They lost games they were supposed to win. It's just a lot of teetering. And now Luka's hurt. He's gonna be sitting out probably like the next 1 or 2 games. So it's like it's just a lot of back and forth. We didn't make no trades. Like Luke Kennard, like, can we talk about that real quick before you get off, Pat? Like Luke Kennard, bro.
Hmm.
Like I know he's a good shooter, but Luke Kennard?
Yeah. I mean, nah, I like Luke Kennard. I
Me
like
too.
Luke Kennard.
I like Luke Kennard a lot, but that's not what we needed.
True.
And they're thinking about getting Cam Thompson from the come on, bro. That's not a good like he's a scorer. It's gonna look good, but we already have 4 Cam Thomases on the team. We got Reeves, we got scorers, bro. We don't need scorers.
We need 3 and D players.
Yeah, we need defenders. We don't even need we need 3 and D. 3 and D. Shoot threes, play defense. That's it. Luke Kennard's not 3 and
Yeah,
D.
get rid of
just a
LeBron, get Giannis there.
For real.
Unfortunately, I think it's like I'm finally on that train. AK, LeBron needs to get out of there, bro.
Yeah.
LeBron needs to go to Cleveland for that last year with James Harden and those guys, and just call it quits in Cleveland because it's still you still get a chance to compete. Nobody's gonna look at you funny for going to Cleveland because you're from Cleveland. You started your career there. It's still a good team. Just go to Cleveland. You know what I mean? Go to Cleveland, bro. Go to Cleveland. What you think about that?
I agree. I agree.
Like, because you already got James Harden, so you can't just say, "Oh, LeBron messed up the team," because you could give James Harden just as much blame. Then, if you really think about it, LeBron, James Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, Jared—that's a good team. That's a super team, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
No matter how old they are.
I agree.
And then, LeBron would be at the latter half of his career. Like, I feel like that would be his last season. He could probably finally take something less than $50 million for once. Like, you know what I mean? Dude been making $50 million for the past 20 years. Like, so I don't know, man.
And he's already a billionaire. How much more he needs?
Right. You don't need any more money from the NBA. And not to say, get your money by all means. Like, but at 42, you're going to be 42 next season, 41. Come on. There's no way they should give you another $50 million for barely an all-star, for somebody that's barely an all-star.
True.
And I'm a LeBron James guy, but it's time for him to start. Like he got to like he either needs to start making less or something. Like you know what I mean? Like for what he's getting paid, it's not worth
if he
like
made less,
it's-
it would make it more. It would make more sense.
right. You know what I mean? For $50 million, LeBron's not giving me $50 million worth of production.
Yeah, that's like somebody in the early 30s.
That's Luka.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's Luka. That's you know what I mean? That's Joker. Like that's Giannis. Like you're not LeBron's not, and LeBron's like probably he's not even right under that tier anymore. He's like in the tier below that this season.
Yeah.
Like LeBron was like relaxed. Like the past few seasons, LeBron was like right under that tier.
Like
if it's the MBs, the SGAs, the Tatums, LeBron will probably be the Jimmy Butler, like that tier below it. But now he's like Steph Curry, like he's in that tier, Kevin Durant. But now he's kind of like in the tier below that, where it's kind of like he's in the Devin Booker, the give me some more names. Like who's gonna like who's teetering that third tier? AD, like that kind of tier. Like that's what LeBron's giving us right now, bro. I'm just being honest.
Yeah. Nah, I mean
Just being honest, bro.
It's just coming up on that farewell tour, bro. Like I think it just needs to happen sooner rather than later, in my opinion.
I feel like next year's the time, bro.
Next year too, possibly. Just because it gives it more time for preparation. You know what I'm saying?
Because I feel like it's too late to do it this season. Because LeBron's too big of a player for it not to be a whole extravaganza for the NBA.
It has to be going into it for sure.
It has to be going into it. You know, it has to. So I feel like just to be fair for the fans, like for the LeBron fans, just give us next year. Like let's get next year, but let's make it worth it though. Like if it doesn't work out for the Lakers this year, which I feel like they should just went for it and made a trade, but y'all didn't go for the trade. So if y'all don't get nothing crazy in the buyout, end the season, do whatever you could do this season, try to go as far as you can, but just go to Cleveland for the last season, bro. That's my opinion. And I'll close on that, man.
All right, then. Hey, tomorrow, AK, if you're gonna be on, I'm gonna talk Super Bowl tomorrow, so we can get more into it tomorrow.
I'll join the Super Bowl one too. I don't really keep up with football too much, but I'm going for the Patriots. So
I'll be on in a couple hours. I'll be on longer.
So hopefully y'all can give me some insight tomorrow.
We're gonna
what's going on.
Stay tuned.
All right, fellas, it's good streaming with y'all, man.
It was a pleasure.